Hello, I'm Donna Rosenbaum with Food Safety Partners. I've been working with consumers on food safety issues for over 20 years. I'm also a cancer survivor. I'm glad to partner with the Foundation for Women's Cancer so we can talk about how to eat safer during the COVID-19 crisis. Welcome to the third in a series of short videos on how to plan and go shopping for groceries, safely bring home and store your groceries, and the steps you need to take when bringing in takeout food. This guidance is for everyone, but it's especially important for those who are immunocompromised. If you have others that assist you with getting or preparing your food, please have them watch as well. Even though the virus is not transmitted through foods, there is a concern with it being passed on through food handling or by other shoppers. It's more important than ever before to properly handle your groceries and your takeout food. We're in my kitchen today to talk about how to safely bring home and store your groceries. Before we get started, let's put everything in perspective. There is a lot of recent information in the press from food safety authorities that tells you that disinfecting and washing every grocery item really isn't necessary because the risk of becoming infected this way is low. But if you're immunocompromised or in a high-risk population, what they cannot tell you is that there is no risk. I'm not an alarmist. I'm trying to give you the best information to make informed decisions about your health. The choice is yours to make. So let's get started. The key is to design a system that works for you before you bring food into your house, before you bring your groceries in. The first thing is, how do you bring your groceries in? What do you bring it in? What kind of containers do you use? What kind of bags? Okay, this is a paper bag. This is the best thing to bring your groceries home in. Second choice would be plastic bags. What you don't want to do for now is use your reusable bags. Reusable bags have their purposes, but unless they can be sanitized or machine washed in hot water after every use, you shouldn't be using them now. You create a dirty counter and a clean counter area for unbagging and bringing in your food before you're sorting it. You'll also need to use disinfectant wipes or sprays to be cleaning the counter and for any food packaging that you choose to wipe down. When you're using disinfectant wipes or sprays, such as these, just be careful and follow the directions on the label because they may need to stay on the item or the surface and air dry in order to be effective. You should also wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before and after handling food. So the counter here in front of me has been disinfected and all of the food here has been sorted and cleaned. Let's talk about how you do that. Sorting is the second thing you need to do after unbagging all your food. And this will help you get organized and deal with like foods in a similar manner. We've got four basic categories of foods. First, your frozen foods, then your refrigerated foods, then your produce, and then your shelf-stable foods. And what you're going to want to do is deal with each category and clean it up and get it ready to put away by itself, then move on to the second category, the third category, and the fourth category. Now you're going to want to clean and store your frozen and refrigerated foods first. And this is to keep them temperature safe. And they're also in a special category because some of the coronaviruses have been found to be surviving at cold temperatures. So with your freezer food and your refrigerated food, this isn't a special thing to keep track of. You want to get those into the freezer to keep them food safe, but you also want to clean those off first the best you can. So let's talk about what best you can means for frozen foods. You have frozen foods comes in a variety of different packaging. You have packaging such as this, which is plastic and intact. Then you have packaging such as cardboard. And there's no one size fits all here. You do need to use your judgment. I would recommend on intact food products with plastic packaging, hard packaging, you can use your wipes. Just be careful, not to overdo it. But on packaging such as this, which is cardboard, most of the foods that come in here, whether they're going to be for the freezer or the refrigerator, are going to have inside packaging. So you can have this on your dirty side. It's the surface contamination on the outside of the containers that we're worried about. So you can go ahead and open this up, Carefully bring this over to your clean counter side or your clean surface and spill the food out into there in its package, in its inner package, and then take it once your hands are clean and store it from there in your freezer or your refrigerator. Again, this is something that can be wiped down. This is something you'd want to open up, spill this out, and then proceed from there from your clean counter into your refrigerator. Okay, you do want to wash all your fruits and vegetables thoroughly under running water before you're storing them. And even those that you're going to scoop or peel, like bananas and oranges and avocados, very important. Berries are their own special little category because you're going to want to get them out of the packages they come in, but then you may want to wash them individually later or wash just one serving at a time. So what you can do is open this up on your dirty side, and you can pour it in on your clean side into a clean container like I've done here. And then when you wash your hands, you can put the top on this container and store it in your refrigerator. And that keeps your berries fresh and safe for longer too. Remember just to wash them when you take them out, each individual serving. Okay, what you don't really want to do is you don't want to use soap. You don't want to use soap to wash or soak any produce or any foods that you're going to ingest, not even with a mild dish soap. This is because it can cause gastrointestinal symptoms and problems, and you really don't want that. Also, be careful not to use disinfectants on any food container packaging that has openings or vent holes in it. Your food may become contaminated and unsafe to eat. Something like this blueberry box does. This blueberry is vented. Now we're going to move on to packaged and shelf-stable food, and it comes in a variety of different packaging as well. We've already dealt with cardboard boxes, which have their inner packages, which can be taken out, and you can either pour things into your own containers or you can disinfect the boxes. I'm going to suggest the better thing to do with these is to take them out and just discard the outer box. This is a plastic wrapper. This is a plastic wrapper that has snack foods. This is a plastic wrapper that has tea in it. This one you can handle easily and just unwrap with clean hands and it's ready to go. This one you can either keep in its package after you've disinfected the outside, or you can open this up, pour it into your own container, and then consume it from here. But whichever way you go, what you really, really want to do is be careful with these snack packs, whether they're large or small bags, and whether you have it in its own container or your container. During the time of COVID-19, what you don't want to do is have people come along, get hungry, and what happens? Their hands go into the bag or they go into the container, and you don't want hands touching your food right now. So you can leave out a stack of clean bowls or dishes, and everybody can come in and take their own snack in an individual portion by pouring it out into your bowl and not putting your hands into your containers. Okay, finally, don't forget, once you do all this and clean off all of your frozen foods, your refrigerated foods, your produce, and your shelf-stable food, now you have a lot of packaging around and you're going to want to get rid of that, okay? You're going to want to discard it, then you're going to come along and disinfect your counter again because it's dirty, and then be sure to wash your hands. Now this is a lot of information, and you can go to the Foundation's website for a printable sheet on these and other food safety tips. The website is www.foundationforwomenscancer.org. Through the website, you can also ask us further food safety questions, and you can reference other great patient education material for COVID-19 as well as for gynecologic cancer. Remember that this is a new novel coronavirus that we're dealing with, and because it's never been seen before, we really don't know all the ways it interacts with humans or the best ways to treat it. Research is ongoing and new recommendations are developing, so stay tuned, check the website, which will be updated going forward. Thank you so much for joining us today. Stay safe, eat safe, and take good care. We are here to help.